Hi, this is Arnav from the Taz marketing team, and today I want to briefly discuss why it makes sense to switch to conversational landing pages in credit card marketing campaigns. Now, if you've read our content before, you might know that one of our biggest customers uses conversational landing pages for their credit card marketing campaigns. In fact, they generate over 25% of all credit card sales they make in a year through chatbots made on the Tars platform. Now, the reason they're so successful isn't too complicated. If you look at most credit card landing pages today, they look something like this. They're not particularly engaging, they depend on a lot of text, and a lot of that text is jargon. For example, APR over here is something which a relatively educated financial citizen might know, but the average person, someone my age, a millennial, might not know what that means. Now, the end result of having a landing page like this is a very low conversion rate. People land on a page like this, they see all of the jargon, they get intimidated, or they tell themselves they're going to fill out the application at a later date, and they end up dropping. Now, this is a huge problem because companies like Citibank are spending billions of dollars every single year to get people to landing pages like this through Google ads, through Facebook ads, through text messaging campaigns. And every person that lands on a page gets scared away by the text and drops by the lack of engagement on the page is lost money. Now, we have a solution to this. And if you haven't guessed already, it should be pretty obvious now. It's a conversational landing page. Now, our basic premise behind making this transformation is pretty simple. Credit card application processes are so high friction because when you present all of the jargon on the page, when you present all of the text on the page in a traditional landing page format where it's just a wall of text, that can be very off-putting. As a prospect, you have to read through all of this on your own and figure out where everything is and fill out the lead generation form on your own. Now, when you come to a conversational landing page, on the other hand, it transforms that experience into a conversation. So the way I like to think about it is we take the traditional lead generation experience and we move it a lot closer to what it feels like to apply for a credit card in person. So essentially, we're taking the boring form, we're taking the boring landing page, and we're transforming it into that friendly interaction that you have with a relationship manager in an actual bank branch. I don't know if you've been to a bank branch recently, but my experiences in bank branches have tended to be pretty awesome. When I walk in, the people who are there are more than happy to walk me through the entire process, and they're very, very friendly while doing it. And it offers just a generally better customer service experience than a traditional landing page. In fact, if you look at my screen right now, the form still hasn't loaded. It took quite some time to load, and that's another point of friction. So the end result when you make the transformation is that you offer an experience that's a lot more personal. So getting back to the analogy I was making before about the relationship managers in person versus a in-personal landing page, when you make the transformation from a traditional landing page to a conversational landing page, you're making the entire process feel a lot more human. And when you do that, people are more likely to share their information with you and they're less likely to drop from your pages. The end result is a conversion rate that's 2 to 3x higher than you normally would get, or 2 to 3x higher than the industry average. So that's a lot less wasted money for you and a lot more business being driven every single quarter, every single year. Now, if you're interested in making the transformation from a traditional landing page into a conversational landing page, I highly suggest that you check out the full guide that we created. I'll leave a link to it in the CTA at the end of this video in the top right corner and in the comments and description, depending on where you're watching.